These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Militiaman. The list of things accomplished now is powerful. E-government is in place. E-commerce is in place. Electronic borders for fees, taxes, customs, etc. are all set and ready to go. E-payments and settlements done, ready to go. Digital dinar and dollar were to have interconnectivity yesterday with and through the Iraq Trade Bank. I can presume that is done. Financial inclusion is done. The ITB also has the full support of the USA, as does the Central Bank of Iraq. So we can see that by all those items, there is not much left to do other than adjust the exchange rate to meet international standards. We are in a very powerful place, and no one should be discouraged. I sure am not. All right, Breitling says, I think people associate time. They're like, oh my God, I've seen this thing a certain amount of times, so this isn't good. That's completely untrue. I told you guys from the beginning, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is a country, and countries move at a slower pace. There's been a couple of windows of opportunity for them to revalue. I don't know, maybe that gets into people's heads like that's negative. No, it's all positive. All right, Bob the Taxman question, should I take my IQD to a foreign country so I can avoid the Biden tax? There are two countries in the world that if you attempt to negate or remove your finances out of that country, you can stick with 50% of what you own. One of them is the United States of America. The other one is North Korea. When you're an American citizen, you're playing the game. You've got a blessing for being an American citizen, but that blessing has a cost to it, and the cost is taxes. All right, note at the appropriate time for you, consult your financial and tax professionals about your unique financial situation. All right, Mark Z via PDK, I'm hearing there was some pretty decent progress over the weekend. I reached out to banking contacts, especially in the Mideast. I had heard there was some transfer issues moving large blocks of money over the weekend. This is what I'm being told is our delay. I'm hearing a lot of chatter about this week, guys. Keep in mind, we don't know the timing, but there sure is a lot of good static right now. Hopefully by tomorrow morning, I will have a much better idea of where we are at. All right, Militiaman, Saturday was to be a day where the Iraq Trade Bank was to start the interconnectivity of digital dinar and the dollar. If that connectivity has in fact been put in place electronically, then it would seem that the ISX will need the same ability electronically. If they're opening to the world, and they are, in my opinion, the borders crossings are already waiting and ready. It surely has been a remarkable amount of progress to get this far. I agree with many, there is no turning back. Mark Z via PDK, is Iraq kicking the can? Answer, it does not appear the can has been kicked. Even with the missiles being lobbed from Iran to Iraq and our bases there, it does not appear anything is being kicked. All right, Militiaman, the AMF tells us the valuation of the AAD is 3 times SDR IMF. They don't get specific from what I see. What I've seen is they give them values of loans in USD terms, whereby one can do the math based on the value and come up with an exchange rate. If I recall accurately, there were loans to Tunisia a couple years ago that amounted to over $4 USD. Even today, 3 times SDR is over that. As of Friday, the SDR and the IMF is over $1.43. If they keep to what the IMF has for the AAD, we can have an idea what to look for into the future. In my opinion, we know that what we have been told, they are no longer floating the currency. Thus, to be stable, they'll need a strong and stable exchange rate to do that. To defend a currency at a low rate can be far too risky. The stronger it is, the better and easier it is to defend, in my opinion. Right, lastly, Caparoni, there is no slow, calculated rollout of or GCR, and when there are laws in place to support a market economy and foreign investment comes in Iraq, the CBI will float the dinar, but not until then.